There is a village in Japan where you are never alone, and almost no one is there. Figures wait at the bus stop. They work the fields, mend the fences, sit in class at the village school. But walk closer and you see the truth. Their faces are sewn from cloth. In Nagoro, the dolls outnumber the living 10 to 1, and every one of them stands for someone who left. This is the village of dolls. Nagoro hides in the Iya Valley, one of the deepest and most remote corners of Shikoku, a gorge of vine bridges, mist and single-lane mountain roads that Japanese legend calls a refuge of defeated samurai. The village itself is a thin line of houses along a river, hours of winding tarmac from the nearest city. Once, hundreds of people lived here. There was work, a dam, a school full of children. Today, fewer than 30 people remain, most of them elderly. It is the kind of place Japan has thousands of. A village quietly running out of villagers. Nagoro's answer to that fate, though, exists nowhere else. It began with a scarecrow. Around 2 decades ago, Tsukimi Ayano returned from Osaka to her childhood village to care for her father. She planted seeds, the crows ate them. So she built a scarecrow and dressed it in her father's old clothes. It stood so convincingly in the field that neighbours bowed and greeted it on their way past. Something about that moment stuck. When the next neighbour moved away, she sewed a figure to stand in their place. Then another, then another. The scarecrow maker had become something new, the keeper of the village's memory. Today, around 350 dolls live in Nagoro, 10 for every human. They are life-sized, hand-sewn, wooden frames, newspaper and cotton bodies, button eyes, wool hair. And they are everywhere the living used to be. A crew of dolls repairs the road. An old couple rests under the bus shelter, waiting for a bus that rarely comes. Farmers lean on hoes in the fields. Grandmothers gossip on porches. Many are modelled on real people, neighbours who died or moved to the cities, placed where those people actually stood, doing what they actually did. Walk through Nagoro, and you are walking through its memory, posed in cloth. The heart of it is the school. Nagoro's primary school closed in 2012, when the village's last 2 pupils graduated. The moment everyone knew that the village's future left with them. Most places would have locked the doors and let the building rot. Ayano filled it instead. In the classrooms, doll children sit at desks, hands raised mid-lesson, a doll teacher at the blackboard. In the gymnasium, an entire school festival is frozen in time. Pupils, parents, teachers, rows of sewn faces at a celebration that never ends. It is the single most photographed room in the valley, the school that never emptied because the village refused to let it. Here is what the photographs do not show. The dolls are mortal too. Outdoors in the valley's rain and snow, a doll lasts only 2 or 3 years before the weather takes it. So the work never ends. Ayano, now in her 70s, sews replacements constantly, patching faces, restuffing bodies, retiring the ones beyond saving. Visitors sometimes join her workshops. A doll festival each autumn brings the valley briefly back to life. Think about what that means. Nagoro is a village that must be continuously remade by hand, stitch by stitch, just to keep existing. Its population is a work of maintenance, and one woman does most of the maintaining. Nagoro is extraordinary, but its story is not. Japan is aging faster than almost any nation in history. Its countryside is emptying as the young leave for Tokyo and Osaka, and the old remain. Thousands of villages are shrinking toward zero. Millions of rural homes already stand empty. Schools close, buses stop coming, and one day the last light goes out. Usually without anyone outside noticing. That is what makes Nagoro different. Most villages vanish invisibly. This one made its vanishing visible, sat it at the bus stop, put it in the fields, and dared the world to look. The internet found Nagoro years ago, and it reached for the easy words: creepy, eerie, haunted. And yes, on a misty valley evening, 100 sewn faces can raise the hairs on your neck. But spend a moment longer and the feeling changes. Nobody here is trying to frighten anyone. Every doll is a memorial someone chose to make. A neighbour kept at her fence, a father kept in his field. Travellers now cross the world to see the village, and Ayano welcomes them. The dolls, she has said, keep her from being lonely. A horror set does not offer you tea. Nagoro does. One day, nobody likes to say it, the last resident of Nagoro will leave or die, and the valley will belong to the dolls alone. Perhaps that is the ending, or perhaps the dolls have already done their job. Because of them, this village of fewer than 30 people is known on every continent, visited, photographed, remembered while still alive. Every place on Earth disappears eventually. Nagoro simply chose to sow its goodbye slowly, face by face, in cloth and button and wool. The question here is quieter than on our other islands and mountains, but it is the same one. Would you stay?